Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this little special edition of the Humvee Show. Well, I figure I better do this. I know it's been a really sad. It was a really sad day yesterday for Cardinal Nation because we lost a great man, a legend, and the voice of the Cardinals. Mike Shannon passed away at 83 years old late Saturday evening, and I've been wanting to do this after I heard the news, but I always like making tributes to people. Even though I'm joined by my special friend, Colton Freeze. Colton, I appreciate you joining me this evening. Mike, Mike Shannon, one of the greats. Awesome guy to listen to on the radio throughout his 50 years in the broadcast booth. Um, just a very sad week for Cardinal Nation.
Yep. Yep. And I can I can only imagine what they're gonna do tomorrow at the before the game. There's gonna be a lot of tears, and I guarantee you there's gonna be building memorial outside of Busch Stadium, or maybe inside where he did all of his calls. That, but it's gonna be a special moment tomorrow.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. I've thought about that all yesterday. I'm like, I hope they have a special ceremony in honor of Mike. As you know, as you told me before, you may not know many stories about Mike. The only thing we know, he spent 50 years in the broadcast booth in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. But the only thing I kind of struggled all yesterday with it, but I just always remember listening to Mike and looking up there and seeing him up there in the booth, but it's gonna be hard for Cardinal Nation with him gone. It's really hard to lose a legend.
Yep, and I bet they'll I bet the players will end up wearing a patch too, or I bet they'll wear a patch on the side of their jersey or helmet or hat to remember him too, probably.
Now that you bring that up, I hope they get new jerseys with the patch on the side of honoring him.
Mm-hmm.
I always hope that they do that. After they found out the news last night, I'm sure the front office had a talk about that. But yeah, I hope they do that in honor of of a great man. But throughout the years, I know you may have heard it. I've heard it. What was one of your favorite Mike Shannon calls throughout the years?
Well, I hate to say this, but I like I didn't really listen to the radio that much. I was most of the time I was watching the TV, but yeah. So unfortunately, I didn't really listen to very many of his calls.
I think probably the best one we've heard, probably the Game 6 of the World Series, David Freese.
Oh boy.
That was probably the best one I've heard. That was probably the best one I've heard.
Yeah.
And then we saw over social media, the Albert Pujols one against the Cubs. That one was funny. He says, look out, big boy," or something like that. But because remember Albert took a pitch up and in, and he didn't like it. And next thing you know, Mike said, "I hope he sends one out onto the streets." And next thing you know, he hits a home run out into the seats.
Yep.
And folks, if you would like to comment in on the chat, let me know what your just free send anything you remember best thing that you ever heard from Mike Shannon. As we just lost a great legend and the former voice of the St. Louis Cardinals this past weekend. And I think the toughest thing so far is I never got to know him so well, but I've heard things about him. Um, there's people that may know someone in his family, but it's it's going to be hard. But the only thing is, I'm glad that the Cardinals are going to do something for him and honor him, Colton.
Yep, yep.
And what else? I'm trying to think of anything else I can think of. Oh yeah, they honored him throughout the 2021 season. Yeah, that's right, the 2021 season. Because I I remember the all the games I was at. They always honored him every game of his 50 years in the booth. And I remember me and you going to a game one time, and I looked up there and I just told myself, as even though you hear it a little bit sometimes, but as I always tell myself, I will be the next Mike Shannon.
Yeah, you will, huh? Yeah, you will. You are for sure one of a kind.
That's right. And you know what? You're the best color analyst I can ask for. That's the only person who I would ask to be my color analyst is you. And I know most of the things I always liked Mike's entertainment and the stories he told people back in the day. And I think the one I've heard, it was a long time ago. My grandfather, who passed away, let's see, 2 years now. Um, he told me a good old story. I think Mike made everyone. He wanted the man to tell everyone this story with the. I think Bob. I remember this because I think he said Bob Euchre caught fly balls with the instrument. I believe I heard, and because I'm not sure what the whole story was. I think he couldn't catch it with his glove or something. I guess he took one of the musical instruments and caught fly balls with it. I think I had to look up the story about it, but that's probably the I kind of laughed about when I heard that story. When he was trying to tell Bob Euchre to tell him what he did. But yeah, that was the funniest story I've heard from my grandfather.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, hey, who knows? That's probably the funniest story I've heard about old Mike back in the day. But I remember, I do remember hearing a story that Mike played. Yeah, Mike was a World Series champ, as you knew that.
Yep.
And he played probably how many seasons would it be? Might not sure how many seasons he playing career. Let me look. He played through 1962 to 1970, and most people did not know this, but Mike battled a kidney disease, which made him quit, and then that's where he joined the great legend Jack Buck in the broadcast booth, and even though we weren't born yet, but but I remember some calls from somebody has told me some calls from old Jack Buck, like the one down the right field line where he says, "Go crazy, folks, go crazy," and that was probably one of the things I've heard from probably my grandfather or somebody. But hey, those are true legends for you.
Mhm. Yep, and yep, and obviously Mike Shannon had quite a few postseason calls on the radio too.
Yes, sir, he did. One that.
Those are always fun to do.
Yes, sir. The 2006 one I heard like last wait a minute. Oh yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah, it was. It was 2 years ago when I heard that Game Six one. That was awesome when Wayno struck out one of the Tiger batters in Game Five of the World Series. That's when they won. That was an awesome call by Mike.
Huh.
Once again, folks, be free to leave us. You can tell stories in the chat of mine on here. Um, Once again, honoring the great Mike Shannon. Um, I kind of talked about this before. I want to do a tribute to him. Um, After finding out the news yesterday that we lost the legend himself. Once again, Colton Freeze with me again, and I think the only thing I will really miss is, and I'm really would miss Mike calling games on the radio, and I've always tried to listen to him every game because he's always awesome to listen to. But I think the hardest thing for me is just not being able to hear him again.
Yep. Yep.
And it's hard. It's hard. But but as you know, Colton, he's going to be calling games above.
Yes, he will be.
Yep, I hope he puts them. I'm sure he probably has headsets on right now, just calling away. Him and Mr. Buck. But yes, this is a very tough time for Cardinals Nation. Um, Once again, the Cardinals will honor him sometime this week, maybe tomorrow. Um, just to honor the great Mike Shannon himself. Um, I think I think there's another one I believe. Oh, Albert hit one onto the. This was in the old Astros park. Um, you may remember that Albert hit a homer onto the railroad track at the stadium, and Mike went absolutely nuts when he hit it out, and that was absolutely awesome. And but as I as Cole, me and you talked about before, and it's it was probably very special to um listen to Mike throughout the years. But me and you always totally, as you always told me, and I told myself. But hey, I always promised myself, but I I've told family members before, but I would like to be the next Mike Shannon.
Yes, sir, you would be.
And yeah, once again, I still appreciate everyone coming on here tonight. I've wanted to do this. You know, I always like to bring a special friend on here who is a true Cardinal fan. Um, but hey, Colton, it's always awesome. It's always awesome to chat with you over stuff. But yeah, it's always great chatting about a legend that had a great legacy throughout the years.
Yep. Yep. And I really hope that we don't have to do this for some time to come, because it was very sad seeing people pass.
I know as I told you, I struggled a little yesterday. As most people did not know this, I always loved listening to Mike on the radio. It's hard. As I just told myself yesterday, I just know him and my grandpa are probably chatting it up right now about our Cardinals.
Yeah, they aren't the greatest right now. They're in last place.
Yeah, but I'm sure Mike would not like that at all. He probably we need to change something up.
For sure.
And once again, everyone, thank you. This is probably gonna do it for me tonight. I appreciate everyone listening to this. I appreciate everyone joining me and Colton tonight, as this is a special honor of the late Mike Shannon, who passed away late Saturday night. Our thoughts and prayers once again go out to his wife Lori and the rest of the Shannon family. And so once again, thank you again for joining me and Colton tonight. And once again, we're going to say it one more time. Colton, are you ready? I want everyone to hear this. A long one in the air, small one in the air to wherever area. Get up, baby. Get up. Get up. Get up. Oh, yeah. That's the best part I think everyone will remember forever. Mike's home run call. Get up, baby. Get up.
Get some fresh
air. Oh, man. Colton, it's been an honor. Donner, a great Cardinal legend and broadcaster tonight. Once again, from Colton Freeze and myself, Hunt V, this has been a special edition of the Hunt V Show.